Welcome to episode 18 of the Brick Clubhouse. My name is Evan. I'm one of your hosts here, and as always, unfortunately, I'm joined by Chris. Hi, Chris.
Ouch.
I'm just kidding. It's always good to be here with you.
It's lovely to be here with you. We're recording a little later in the week.
Little later. Yep.
This
We had to
week.
call a little bit of an audible the other day.
And
We were just not feeling it on Tuesday.
no,
We were both tired.
it was long.
Was that Tuesday? No, it was Wednesday.
It was Wednesday.
We actually called two audible.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
double audible week.
Life is busy for both of us. Life is busy for you. You have lots of things going on.
Everyone.
You have Beyond the Brick coming into the store today.
Yes.
That's exciting.
So by the time you all hear this, I mean, the video won't be out, but the recording
they'll have
will be
been
done.
there. Yeah. So Beyond the Brick's coming to the store, which is going to be great.
Yeah, so we had a lot to do to get ready for that.
Yeah.
And we're ready. The store's looking really good.
Yeah. And then as we've talked about, I'm getting married in
Yes.
like a little over a month.
Crazy how fast it's coming up.
But I'm also moving into a new condo now, basically between now and August 1st.
Your whole life is pretty much upside down. The only
I'm
thing
busy
you
right
could
now.
do more
Yeah.
to make your life chaotic is to like change jobs.
Yeah.
So luckily you're not doing that.
No. Yeah, I was also out of town in Michigan last week for a wedding, which was amazing, wonderful. But we got to Tuesday and we were like, Bailey and I need to work on some things for the wedding. Can we do Wednesday when she's out of town?
Yeah.
And then we got to Wednesday and we were like, nah.
Yeah, we needed a break. But here we are.
Here we are.
So happy. And it is a crazy time here in San Diego.
It is.
But
tell the people why, Chris.
But before we get to that.
Or don't tell the people why, Chris.
We'll get there. See, this is like the tease. You need people to keep listening. But
yeah,
we have someone to thank.
And it's you.
And it's, it is.
Gotta make sure he gets
San Diego North.
Yeah.
I mean, it's why we're here, right? We did mention the store already, but just wanted to throw that out there.
We are very appreciative.
Yeah.
Of the sponsorship that we have
for
to be able to do what we do.
And I'm real proud of how the store's looking and being this right now.
Yeah, as you said, getting ready for Beyond the Brick. So I know that you and everyone at the store has been working hard the past couple of weeks to get that ready. For those of you who might not know, I'm not working at the store anymore.
Yeah.
Haven't been for a couple months now.
Transition to real life.
Yeah, I'm still like a special consultant.
But you were there last night.
Order sets. I was
not
there
like
last
you.
night.
You ignore the store.
It's funny. I was there last night. I'm like, oh, we got in the insect set. I'm like, we. I'm still saying like we. Like I don't work here anymore. Yeah.
You still help behind the scenes.
Yeah, that's true.
You're just not on the floor, except maybe at special events.
It's a lot of floor work.
It is.
Sorry, that's a pitch perfect reference.
If the people only knew how many movie references we made in real life.
I feel like we make enough on the podcast for them to kind of get an idea.
Yeah, we don't always call them out. When I was in college, my roommates and I wanted to invent a language that was just made up of movie quotes.
That's just how I talk with my brother.
So you would just like express yourself through whatever movie quote you wanted to.
See, the way my brain works, I don't have ADHD, but I have I'm always thinking and there's always thoughts swirling around and going off into all the different directions. I feel like a good percentage of my conversations with people, like something will be said that will remind me of some movie or TV show quote or like some random YouTube video quote. And I'll say it to myself. And then when I'm around people that I know well and I'm comfortable with, I'll say it out loud. Most of the time, people don't understand it. But when I'm hanging out with you or Bailey or my brother Blair, most of the time, people do understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, and sometimes they sneak out here.
Yeah. But then when they don't understand what I'm saying, it's a chance to show them something great. Like
earlier today.
Like 10 minutes ago when I showed you a YouTube video for something that I quoted.
Which was life-changing. I don't know about
my YouTube videos always are.
It's always a good time.
Yeah.
All the stuff that I missed on YouTube all these years. Who knew?
Yeah, it's a new generation showing you their YouTube videos.
It really is.
Yeah.
But it is crazy time in San Diego because Comic-Con is a week away at this point.
Yeah.
This time next week, we will probably be at Comic-Con together.
Yeah, you're the Comic-Con veteran.
Yes.
And I'm the Comic-Con noob. I have never been to Comic-Con
I can't
before.
wait to show you around and be with you to experience your first Comic-Con.
I'm excited. My only major convention I've ever been to was Star Wars Celebration back in 2022.
So you've had, like the big convention experience then.
And it was like very out of my depth. Like I didn't do any of like the pre-registration or anything. I didn't know like what game plan to use, how to attack it. But even so, Bailey and I got to see episode 2 Attack of the Clones panel with Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. Ashley Eckstein hosted it, even though she wasn't in the movie. But Tamora Morrison, Anthony Daniels. We got lightsabers signed by Ashley Eckstein, Ahsoka Tano. So we still had a good day.
You had the convention
And we
experience.
figured it out. But yeah, when I'm going to Comic Con with you, as someone who does know all of that, it's going to be very much like,
Because I've already pre-signed up for, or at least put my name in. A lot of the experiences are like lottery, so you have to like wait to see.
that's what's like so wild to me is like you have to buy tickets, which is hard by itself.
Yeah.
And then for all these different things you need to do, you have to enter lotteries or like enter queues or register ahead of time. It's like that's the kind of thing that I had no idea about. I'm like, oh, you buy a ticket, you show up, you wait in line, you do whatever you want.
No, that's not how it works. So like we don't know right now if we'll get any exclusives signed up for some autograph panels.
Autographs from who? Do you have to pay extra for those?
No, but you have to like win.
Right.
The
because at Star Wars Celebration, you have to pay for them, but you just buy them ahead of time.
I mean, and Comic-Con does have some of those that you can pay for.
Oh, okay.
But if you enter the lottery and get chosen, then you can just go to the signing for free.
That's cool.
For different shows.
Have you ever gotten any before?
No.
Yeah.
It's hard. I mean, I have run, and I'm not a big like autograph person. Like that's just not something that drives me.
Costs so much. Like when I went to spring training, I was trying to get Dodger autographs.
Yeah, baseball.
But like, only if it's free.
Yeah, and I have a lot of autographed baseballs, but at like Comic-Con, like I've had a lot of like celebrity encounters, but I've never like asked for an autograph from them. Hodor. Yeah, Hodor was one of them. That was in line.
Jon Favreau.
John Favreau in an elevator.
We've both had a Jon Favreau encounter. Yours more close than mine.
Yeah, but it was like we were in an elevator going to the same floor of the Omni Hotel.
Yeah.
It was this was a while ago. Wired magazine used to throw these big parties, and a buddy of mine, Ian, was able to get an invite for some reason, and so Favreau was going to the same like.
Yeah, you heard that right, listeners.
Thing.
Chris Davis was able to get invited to the same party as Jon Favreau.
No, you go to this thing though, and like when you're Jon Favreau, they like take you to the VIP area, and you just walk in.
Yeah.
When you're the +1 for somebody that really has very little to do in the industry, you wait in a line, and then they check your ID, and then you get in, and then there's all these people that are schmoozing and like trying, like you can tell they're like all industry people trying to like advance their career, and then when they find out you're no one, like they don't care.
Yeah,
I should have invented a story.
It'd be so funny.
But I hadn't thought that.
I was the producer for The Sopranos.
But there was really good swag at the party. So
I just wanted to throw in that Jon Favreau and mention him as the director of Elf because he's done so many wonderful things, but like that's one of the best ones. And I don't want it to get overshadowed. He also created The Mandalorian and Grogu, but that's besides the point.
But
he also directed the first MCU movie that helped start the MCU, but
Elf's the best. Like that's what he should be known for.
As the doctor.
Speaking of Elf, we just lost Bob Newhart yesterday.
Dude, yeah, Papa Elf.
So
yeah,
pour one out. So sad.
Yeah, but yeah, your Jon Favreau encounter. I saw him at Downtown Disney. We made eye contact. First time, one of the only times I was actually starstruck in my life. Not even like involuntarily, my jaw dropped to the floor, and I like was staring at him, and he looked at me, paused, and then kept talking to the person to his right, which was Kevin Feige.
Well, there you go. I feel like that's more exciting than. I was in an elevator, but there was like zero interaction or contact.
It was just funny because me and Bailey walked into Downtown Disney, and I'm like, I'm here all the time. Celebrities are here all the time, but I never look for them. I'm sure I've walked past so many celebrities at Disneyland before because I'm enjoying Disneyland. I'm like, I'm going to try to look for celebrities, and not 5 minutes later, I see Jon Favreau and Kevin Feige walking towards me. I'm like, you got to be kidding me.
I remember you called me that night.
Yeah, I did.
And you were like
right away.
And you were like on your, like in the anniversary trip.
It was mine and Bailey's 2-year anniversary.
And I'm like, why is he calling me when he's out of town on his anniversary?
Because I saw the two men responsible for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
You did. And that was I was so glad you called.
And the Mandalorian and Grogu, who Mandalorian was one of my favorite Star Wars characters like ever. And
it's good.
I love Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
Anyways, Jon Favreau is the man. Kevin Feige wasn't wearing his baseball hat, so some people might not have recognized him. I did.
Yeah, I mean, it's good you did.
I told some of my friends that I saw them, and the responses were either, oh my gosh, no way. Who is that?
That's what
or how did you recognize them? And I'm like, I just know. I just know. Like, that one I can't really explain.
I've had a couple other like celebrity encounters, and for whatever reason, my celebrity encounters often involve the restroom of some kind or in some way. So
Creeper.
one year we were waiting in line out Hall H. You used to like have to like camp out.
Yeah, back to Comic-Con, the topic of today. Sorry.
Yeah, back to Comic-Con. You used to have to like camp out to get into Hall H. So me and the kids and some friends were camping out that night. But they leave the restrooms open in the hall, so in case you need to use restrooms, I guess they don't.
Yeah. Just wandering through the gas lamp district trying to find
being on the side of the road.
Yeah.
So I take my son into the restroom. It's like 2:30 in the morning or something. We go into Hall H, the restroom area, and as we're coming out of the restroom, we bump into Doctor Who himself, and we bump into Peter Capaldi as we're coming out of the bathroom. He had just finished his sound check.
Is he the older doctor that has a minifigure?
Yeah, he was. Okay. Yeah, he was right after Matt Smith.
Okay. See, I literally only know Matt Smith and then the new guy.
Matt Smith was
that was in
my favorite.
Education. Yeah.
But
speaking of which, Matt Smith looks super like off to me in the blonde wig for House of the Dragon.
Oh,
I saw the first episode the other day and I was like, whoa, that's jarring.
He's really like just seeing him in House of the Dragon at all is weird.
Great actor though.
But yeah, so we ran into Peter Capaldi in the lobby as we were leaving the restroom. My other restroom encounter at Comic-Con with the celebrity was just in like the general hall area. I'd come out of the floor where like all the booths and shopping and stuff is, and go to use the restroom at the urinal. Who's next to me? Lou Ferrigno, the Hulk himself.
I was gonna say I recognize that name, but
yeah, he was the Hulk from the 1970s.
Dude, that ages me. So.
Yeah, no, you were.
I would have been like, "Hey, man." I would have had no idea who this guy was.
I mean,
yeah,
we were at the urinal. Like, you're not going to.
I probably would have said nothing. Yeah, I would have not even.
It's not a place to have a conversation.
I wouldn't have even known who this guy was.
Yeah, I mean, and like, if you have seen Lou Ferrigno, like he's hard to miss. He's this giant
Hulk some might
man.
say.
Yeah. So those are my.
That's fun. I hope I see somebody famous.
My celebrity interactions. I'm
not one to get like crazy starstruck usually. Like, I saw Kim Kardashian with a couple of her sisters in downtown Disney one time, and I was like, "It's Kim Kardashian," you know. Jon Favreau, Kevin Feige, it's a little different. There are definitely certain celebrities that I would like totally just like freak out, but I've always said to myself, like, if I ever like interact with a celebrity, like I'm just gonna try to treat them as like a normal human as best as I can. Just because I've seen interviews with celebrities and like so many of them, that's all they want.
Yeah.
They're like, unless you're like polite about it, like I don't want to go and like ask someone for something, right?
Right. Well,
I would only ever take a picture with a celebrity if they offered, like, because I just want to be like, hey, thank you for what you've done in my life and the lives of many people. Like, enjoy your day with your family. You know, like you're a normal person. Like, I want you to enjoy your day.
And I will say this: I did get a picture with Hodor, Christian. I'm blanking on his last name. That played Hodor in Game of Thrones.
Did he speak other words than Hodor?
He did. He actually
must be jarring.
He's got like he's English. He's a DJ. Like he's this really cool.
He's a DJ.
Oh yeah,
that's epic.
He's a really cool dude. And so like he's nothing.
Dude, imagine showing to the club, rave, and you're like, dang, these are some sick beats. Like, and you look over and freaking Hodor's on the track. That'd be so
yeah. And then. My son was like super excited to meet Peter Capaldi, so I did ask, and I have a picture of.
I've seen that one too. He didn't look stoked.
No, it's 2:30 in the morning, and he just finished the sound check.
Yeah, he did not look stoked.
The guy just needed to go to bed, but
yeah,
we took a picture anyway. Poor guy.
Anyways, this is supposed to be a Lego podcast, so let's maybe get back on track.
Comic-Con is why I thought it would be fun because Comic-Con and Lego also have like this long history together.
The ups and the downs.
Yeah. The exclusives, minifigures, they've done many different things over the years. Lego often uses Comic-Con as like a place to like show off sets for the first time. They have panels where they're talking about, you know, new stuff they're working on with their different shows. Lego Masters is having a panel this year again. They had one last year.
Is Will Arnett going to be there?
No. Brickmaster Jamie is hosting this year.
Hmm.
So
I don't know who that is.
He's the co-host, like the two Amy and Jamie.
I haven't seen the show,
so
I've only ever seen it when it's on at the store, but that's with no volume.
Oh, yeah. So it's a really fun show, but no Will Arnett.
I just love Will Arnett.
No, the other Lego Masters were there though, and they'll have like some of the contestants, and they talk about like the challenges. It was a really fun panel last year.
Nice.
But it was like in such a small room.
Yeah.
Like there were hundreds of people that didn't get in.
Yeah, Bailey and I, when we were at Star Wars Celebration, we went to the panel that was called The Summer of Lego Star Wars. And Jens, the lead, the head of Lego Star Wars, the design team, was there. And Yvette Nicole Brown was the moderator for the panel.
Oh, that's
and
fun.
They unveiled the BD-1 set and the Ambush on Ferrix Andor set. And then they played the first trailer for like the summer vacation, and they showed the Darth Vader summer vacation minifigure that was in the advent calendar for that year.
Oh, fun.
So that was a fun panel.
Yeah.
That was a fun time.
So that's off like what the panels are like. They usually do a Ninjago panel. Last year it was like Ninjago Dreams combo panel. We'll see what.
Interesting.
I think there's another one of those this year.
Anyway, you think they'll unveil any sets?
I don't know. The last few years, they've used it as a chance to like show off sets that have already been announced for the first time,
but not
like,
released.
Like last year, they had all the Avatar movie sets.
Oh yeah,
that were out for the first time. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, we maybe get our first look at the Animal Crossing sets,
the new ones.
Oh, because there's nothing like seeing them in person. Like we've seen the box art and all of that, but
I want them to keep making Animal Crossing sets because I just want figures of all those villagers and the NPCs.
And they have a lot of characters they could do.
And I love how the head molds are oversized. It's just so.
But I think we will try to do a special episode from the show floor next week,
like at Comic-Con.
Yeah, and I.
That'd be fun.
It may be our first foray into YouTube. We'll see, because then we could show off what's in the booth and
people can see our lovely faces.
Yes.
Yeah.
But
I want to make that.
I thought it would be fun for us to look back at some of the exclusive sets that Lego has done, released at Comic-Con over the years.
And
because I don't know that people realize that they started releasing, like their first exclusive set at Comic-Con was in 2003.
Wow.
And it was a Bionicle set. And it was more of like a Comic-Con edition. It was special packaging, which is kind of how they started. The first few years were sets that got released, but they had special packaging. But all of that kind of changed in 2008 when they did kind of their first like minifigures with the Batman Joker box set to celebrate the release of the Lego Batman video game.
Dude, I love
that year. And it was like a scavenger hunt around the show floor to collect the pieces for the Joker, and then they gave you the box with Batman when you completed the scavenger hunt.
Yeah, and we have one of those in the store.
We do.
Yeah.
Someone did bring that in. And I will, if you haven't visited the store before, we have a lot of Comic-Con sets just because of where we are. Like people bring them in,
and
quite frequently.
A few of them are from your collection.
Some are from my collection
that you got at Comic-Con.
But a lot have come in also.
Yeah, we have gotten a lot in.
Because like a lot of them I don't want to give away. Like I have my Batman Joker box set that I got at Comic-Con.
Is it in the cabinet back here?
Yes, it should be.
It's somewhere. I see your Insomniac Spider-Man. That's the one that I want.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
There's multiples up there.
Also, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 one would be sick too. I love it.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
Sorry,
one.
I'm jumping ahead.
But so it started back in 2008, and like that was my first Comic-Con like exclusive Lego that I got.
Was the Batman and Joker?
This is a Batman and Joker.
Me and my brother 100%ed that game together on our PS2.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we had like a co-op save, and we beat 100% Lego Batman 1. Super fun.
The last game I ever 100%ed was the Lego Star Wars game on the original Xbox.
The complete saga? Or the first Lego Star Wars?
The first one.
So episodes 1, 2, and 3?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's neither here nor there.
The last one I 100%ed was Spider-Man Miles Morales, actually. It's been a while now. I haven't played that many video games recently.
So, and then they started to up their game, though. So in 2009, we started getting like these display sets with more exclusive things.
I like these.
Now, a lot of these are exclusive in how they're displayed, but not all the figures are exclusive. But there was like multiple Star Wars ones in 2009.
Yeah, some Star Wars: The Clone Wars ones, because that was still when the show was coming out.
Yeah, and they did one of the first like big exclusives. I remember they did this Clone Wars exclusive set. I just remember the packaging. And again, a lot of it was just exclusive packaging, or they would take like multiple sets that you could just buy in the store
and put them together,
like package them together.
Kind of like those like Walmart bundle sets that they have.
Yeah, except the packaging was way cooler.
Yeah.
And it had
all of them together. Was it like new art that combined all the sets in one?
Yes.
Rather than just putting the box art of each set together?
Yep.
Okay, that's cool.
And so it that was kind of like their exclusive thing that they did for a few years before they started doing like really exclusive sets and
minifigures.
And I'm waiting. All right, we'll edit that part out.
What was that?
I locked up.
You locked up?
I did.
What does that mean?
The web page wouldn't load.
Oh, okay.
Then in 2010, though, we got like one of our first like actual exclusive sets that was only available at Comic-Con. And they did these things called the Cube Dudes.
Oh, yeah.
It was like a forerunner to Brickheads, much more simplistic. Like they were literally
like pieces on top of each other?
Yeah, they were common bricks that were stacked together to make characters. And they were only available at the event that year.
Those are so interesting.
Yeah, they were really weird. We actually have had them in the store once. Someone brought in a set.
Captain Rex. That's cool.
But they were fun and they were unique and something that hadn't been done before. It's weird to think that was like 14 years ago now.
Dude, yeah.
Because I vividly remember them having them. And it was the type of thing where like it wasn't like you had to like sign up to buy exclusive like now.
Mm-hmm.
Like you just line up at the booth
and buy it.
Yeah, it was like no big deal.
Well, it looks like this one
has exclusives.
Has a price attached to it. So this is before they would give them away.
Oh yeah, right? No, these were for sale.
You just went and bought them, yeah.
And like in like the year before, like all of like the combo packs that they did that were special, or like the display stuff, they were all for sale. It was really in 2011 where they did the first minifigs that were exclusive, that were giveaways.
Yeah.
And that's where I think it all changed for Lego and Comic-Con. Because that was the year Batman and Green Lantern were given out. And they were just on like cardboard cards that had little 2x2 plates glued on them. And then the minifigure stuck to the plate.
Yeah.
And
before the blister packs.
And the way they distributed them was just out of their booth. The line went around the booth, like almost the whole way around, like when they were doing them, because they would do them a few times a day.
Yeah.
And you would just get in line. And when you got to the front of the line, they had a box that you stuck your hand in and pulled out a ticket. And if it had a star on it, then they would hand you a minifigure.
Huh.
But you could just get back in line and go again.
Interesting.
So
how many times did you
go?
Like
me and the kids, like we got multiple Green Lanterns and multiple Batmans.
Dang.
That year. That was the one year that my wife went to Comic-Con with us.
The only year?
Yeah, because she wanted to go one time to see like what it was like.
What it's all about.
Because me and the kids loved going so much. And so she went with us that year. And once was enough. She never wanted to go back. But she was like, we're getting in line for these Lego figures again. Because it was like every few hours when they did it, it was like, oh, let's go get in line again and see if we can get them.
That's so funny.
And then they also sold one of the first Advent calendars at Comic-Con that year.
Was this the first Advent calendar?
I'm not sure if it was
the first way to get
it, but it was. It was like one of the first times and I remember seeing that going, that's awesome. But for whatever reason, we weren't able to buy it or it sold out.
Was there anything about it that was exclusive to Comic-Con, or was it just like early?
I honestly don't remember. I had kind of forgotten about it till we saw this list, and we're looking at a list that's on Brickipedia. We'll post it in the show notes in case you want to go take a look at all of these sets. But it was that changed everything, because those figures right away like shot up in price. Like I remember on eBay, I remember like the secondary market, like people were going crazy for the Batman and the Green Lantern.
Are those prints still exclusive to those figures? Interesting. Okay.
And it was years before they did another Green Lantern. Like that was the only Green Lantern
that was
for a
first
long time.
Lego Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
And it was I don't remember when the second one. It wasn't until like the Green Lantern movie, I think, till they did another Green Lantern.
The Ryan Reynolds masterpiece.
Yes. Hey. Which I went to that Comic-Con panel also.
Did you know that Taika Waititi's in that movie?
Yeah, he was at the panel.
Friend. That's so funny.
And Blake Lively was at the panel.
So here's the thing.
And you could tell there was something going on between those two.
When I was a kid and I saw that movie, I didn't know what made a good movie and what made bad.
Fine.
And I still don't know all the details. I like to go and have fun with movies. I'm not a big critic, but I enjoyed it a lot when I was a kid. I haven't rewatched it since. I know everyone says it's horrible. It probably is. But say what you want about the movie, we have to be thankful that it introduced Ryan Reynolds to Blake Lively.
It's true.
If nothing else, that was a win.
And you could tell even at the panel, like there was something going on. But Ryan Reynolds was so excited to be in the movie.
I know.
Like he came out and he was like reciting the Green Lantern oath, and he was
stoked because he wrote and produced it, didn't he? He was part of it.
I don't remember, but
all I know is
that was my first exposure to Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah. All I know is that post-credit scene for Deadpool when he's going around and he's like changing the course of history and he goes up to himself. He goes up to Ryan Reynolds after he finished the script for Green Lantern and shoots him in the head. Like, you're welcome.
Oh, but the world would not be the world it is without Green Lantern.
Yeah, it definitely shaped the course of time. No. But I just remember as a kid, I loved that idea of like, oh my gosh, what is he going to make with this ring? And like that scene when he saves her with like the giant race car track and like the Gatling gun and like
I don't think it's as bad as everyone says it is.
I think that's why I like the idea of a Green Lantern character. I haven't read a bunch of comics. I'm a DC guy though. I do love the idea of a Green Lantern character just because like it allows the people to get super creative with like you can create anything that you can imagine and like that idea, that concept is like really cool.
Yeah, I was a DC comics kid growing up, so I always liked Green Lantern. Like he was one of my favorites. So I was super stoked to get a Green Lantern minifigure, and it's still one of my favorites in my collection.
Yeah, dude, there was supposed to be a Green Lantern Corps like TV series,
which would have been awesome.
I think was supposed to be a part of like the whole Snyderverse. So I think that they rebooted that. But Guy Gardner Green Lantern is in the Superman movie that they're filming right now.
Oh, cool.
So they're going to introduce the Green Lantern like right away for the new DC universe.
I would love to see Green Lantern get,
which that could be a whole topic for another episode. But in James Gunn we trust.
Yes,
I love James Gunn. I'm super.
So that was 2011, and then in 2012, it got much crazier to try to get these figures,
dude. Yeah, and there's more of them.
So the way they did it in 2012, well, one they had a lot of exclusives that you could buy. But the minifigures, they did 4 this time. They had Phoenix.
From X-Men.
And what they call Black Suit Spider-Man.
They didn't call it Venom?
No.
That's so funny.
They just called it Black Suit Spider-Man, but it's Venom.
Yeah.
Shazam. And Bizarro.
Do you know what Shazam's original name was?
Captain Marvel.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And then they got sued by Marvel, so they changed it.
Things happen.
Yeah.
And there's another fun thing that happened in 2012, but let's talk about the 4 exclusive minifigures first. So the way they distributed these minifigures was you had to register your badge number, and then on Sunday they put up this big board and had all the numbers like under the minifigures. Like they had like a column for Phoenix, and if your number was on Phoenix, yeah. And so it was actually kind of in some ways more fair because it meant that everyone only could get one.
But did that mean that everyone that registered got one?
No. Yeah, because there was
still like a lottery to it.
There was a lottery to it, and because of the year before, like those figures. Yeah. Like everyone went crazy for. This year, they tried to put some more controls on it. Well, but a lot of people got mad because the year before, like anyone could walk through the line.
Yeah.
Little kids don't get badge numbers. They just get, you can bring your kid 12 and under for free, but they just get like a child badge. There's no badge numbers. So children weren't eligible to get these figures.
Plus, it was probably in the early days of needing to register for extra things ahead of time. So if you didn't know about it and you missed out on it,
but they were doing it like at their booth for like the first 3 or 4 days.
Oh, so you registered at the booth, not ahead of time.
Right.
That's why you said on Sunday they had that.
Yep. Okay. And then they gave them all out on Sunday. So if you registered earlier in the week and you weren't there on Sunday, I don't know what happened. We went every day, so that wasn't something we had to deal with.
You could register once a day?
No, you registered once.
But you're just saying you were there on Sunday.
Yeah.
So, okay. So which one did you got Shazam, right?
I later traded for Shazam.
The same day?
No, that was on Craigslist later on.
Okay.
Because we won Black Suit Spider-Man.
Oh, you have a Venom?
I have a Venom.
Just one?
Yep. Because, like I said, kids weren't eligible. So
just you registered?
Just me registered.
And that also probably helped because then only the people that won a figure got in line to go redeem it.
Yeah.
Right? So that probably
because then the redemption, they had 4 lines, and then you showed your badge number, and they handed you your figure.
That's cool.
My nephew that was there that year won Phoenix. And being the good young teen that he was, didn't want a girl figure, so he ended up giving it to us. So
you have that.
We also had, Phoenix is who I traded for Shazam.
Oh, that was a good trade.
Because
I
said I was a DC kid growing up.
Yeah,
I love Shazam.
Yeah.
So I really wanted the Shazam. And it was actually the year after that I traded it. It was at Comic-Con. A lot of times in the early days of these minifigures, like if you had duplicates, you would bring them to Comic-Con the next year and then you could trade them because you might not get the one from this year. Yeah. And there might be people that got duplicates and you go, oh, would you rather?
Right.
So I did a lot of trading of them.
See, in my mind, I feel like the Phoenix for the Shazam was a good trade for you. I know there's probably a lot of people listening to this that are big X-Men fans. The X-Men fandom is like very passionate. I'm a very casual X-Men guy. The only thing I know about X-Men is from the early 2000s movies and the more recent ones too. But I know that like Dark Phoenix was apparently like a really bad movie, and like that character, people are disappointed with how she's been interpreted in film, but apparently she's a great character in the comics. So I'm sure there's lots of people that were stoked on that Phoenix figure. But for me, I'm a DC guy, and I'm like, oh yeah, I would rather take the Shazam figure.
Yeah, and like I said, I was too. So Shazam, I've always loved that character. I really like the Zachary Levi movies.
Really?
The first one.
The first one was fun. I kind of want to rewatch it, but I haven't seen the second one.
I haven't seen the second one.
Was pretty bad.
I didn't see it, but I really enjoyed the first one. It was was it the best movie ever? No. But I enjoyed it.
It was sweet. It was fun. I liked the idea behind it.
I thought Zachary Levi played it like the perfect mix of like comedy. Anyway, where once again we are off topic.
It's okay. Well, kind of.
I feel like we should have a bell whenever we go off topic.
Ding.
But there was another fun thing they did in 2012, and that was they did this scavenger hunt. They went back to the scavenger hunt idea around the show floor to build a Bilbo Baggins, because this was when the Hobbit stuff was all new, and they were just coming out with the first Lord of the Rings Hobbit sets.
Yeah.
And so this was like the first time you could get a Bilbo
figure.
Was this scavenger hunt. And they had these maps printed out in the art style of Lord of the Rings.
So cool.
Of the show floor. Of like all the booths you had to go visit. So like you registered for the scavenger hunt at the Lego booth, and you got the map, and you got a little like
pouch.
A little pouch. Yeah. With a tag on it that said Comic-Con. And then you would go around and get the different pieces. So like you got the map in the pouch at Lego. Mondo, the poster people, this is before they got bought out by Funko, used to have like a huge booth, and they had a bunch of Lord of the Rings stuff that they were doing. So like they had a piece, the Warner Brothers booth had a piece. So like you had to go around these different booths to collect the pieces. Actually at that point, this time I think they were stamps.
Oh, okay.
And then you got the
Lego
at the end after the map.
Yeah.
I think that's how it worked. But it was super fun.
That's so cool.
And the kids and I did it a few times, a few days. Because they did it every morning. You could re-register.
So you got 3 of them? or 2 of them maybe.
We have a couple of them still.
And that the set of all the map and the pouch and the figure, because the figure's not exclusive, not anymore.
No, it's not.
And but
it was the first time.
Mm-hmm. And having all the things together sells for a lot now.
It does. And I think we did it twice because that was in the time when my kids were little. I would only take each day, I would only take one kid with me instead of taking 2 kids on one day. So each day,
you did it with Caitlin one day, you did it with Carter the other day.
And I think Caitlin maybe didn't want to do it. I don't remember, but what the days that I went with them, like I let them pick what we did that day.
Yeah.
And then I would go a few days on my own where I got to do what I wanted to do.
And then 2013 transitioned into
2013
the blister packs.
We have talked about 2013 in the past being...
We had a whole episode.
Yeah, being the year of years. This is what really turned Comic-Con exclusives on its head. These are still the most expensive Comic-Con minifig exclusives there are. There were 4 that they gave out to the general public, and that was the Spider-Woman, the Amazing Spider-Man 2 suit, Green Arrow, and Black Suit Superman. So this was the year where they started, every day they would give out 1.
Yeah.
And this was also the year where they transitioned to where you had to line up outside of the convention center back ahead of time, and they went to the iPad. Jeez. It was this whole which was the system they used until COVID when they stopped doing it. But so you kind of had to choose each day, like, are we going to go get in line for a minifigure, or are we going to do something else? So
because it really was pretty much your whole day.
It was at least your whole morning.
Yeah.
So like if you wanted to get in line for one of the big panels, you had to choose, like, are we going to go see the Marvel panel, or are we going to get in line for a minifigure?
Which you made the choice to go to the Marvel panel.
But we made the choice to go to the Marvel
panel. And missed out on Black Suit Superman.
Yes, which today still is one of my white whale minifigs.
I mean, like you
I'll
said,
never get it. It is so crazy expensive now.
Year for Hall H Marvel, you said was awesome, and you got to do some cool stuff. It was the year that Tom Hiddleston came out dressed as Loki, right? Yeah. So that's sick.
Oh yeah, it was super fun. And also, I don't want to.
But also, Black Suit Superman sells for like $17,000 now.
Yeah, but
that number, by the way, for the listeners, that's not an exaggeration. He literally sells for $17,000.
Yeah, it's crazy. Now, how many people are buying him at $17,000? I don't know.
I should rephrase. He's listed.
Yeah, but that's what people on Bricklink, and those are Bricklink numbers. But that year we did get the Green Arrow. And we also had Spider-Woman, but I think I traded that one away too.
Did you not get the Amazing Spider-Man?
No, that was another day. Either we lost the lottery that day or did something else.
Because you said they announced the day before what the figure for the next day would be, right?
Yeah, they would always like kind of leak ahead of time, so you kind of knew like what it was going to be. And that was also the time there was always 2 Marvel and 2 DC.
So you knew when you chose to go to Hall H that you were skipping out on Black Suit Superman.
Oh, yeah.
It's not like you found out afterwards.
No, I knew. We made a conscious effort or a conscious decision to do that. But
you should have had Janine go with you, and then she could have waited in line for the figure.
Yeah. No, she had her
because she didn't care about that.
And this was also by 2013 that both kids would come with me.
Yeah.
And so I think she loved Comic-Con because there was no one at home.
That's cool.
She was just
got a day to yourself. Yeah.
Yep. A whole week of no children and no husband around.
Or mostly no husband.
Yeah.
Probably kidding.
But they also, there was another giveaway that they were giving out from the booth that we tried to get we wanted so bad, and that was the Azog from the Hobbit.
Which I think both of the Hobbit Comic-Con figures are not exclusive. It's just the packaging.
But at the time it was.
Sure.
And
it's in a set now.
But I just remember that was the one that year.
Yeah.
Like the other figures have exploded, and that one really hasn't. But at the time, like I remember that figure was like going for $1,000, like that the week of the event, and it was like, what?
So part of the thing to mention, which we tell people all the time in the store, is that all of these figures in 2013 were limited to 200 pieces each.
Yeah,
and that's part of the reason why they're worth so much money. is because they were not only could you only get them at Comic-Con like the other figures, but they're worth so much more because they made so much less.
Yeah, they caught on and saw the demand, and the next year made a lot more.
Yeah.
But I also love the little. This was the first year that they did these little tiny like exclusive
micro builds
that they sold. Yeah, micro builds. The little bag end one is super fun, and then they also did a Jack 14 like little stealth fighter.
That's cool.
Which was also fun. Those have gone up in value, but they're not like crazy like some of the others.
Exclusive except for the packaging.
Yeah, but they were fun, and they did that packaging for a few years, which I really liked.
Yeah.
Moving to 2014, this was also the year of the Lego Movie. So they did a Unikitty. This was the year of the Zur in Arth Batman. I don't know how to say it.
Oh, they had
but it was the kind of purple purple Batman.
The little set of the classic TV series Batman.
Yeah, in the little box.
With Batman and Robin. Is that the only time we've gotten the classic TV series Robin in a minifigure?
I thought it came in the big
Batcave set. That's right.
Dude, and this would have been that year.
I'm pretty sure when they released the little Batmobile set a couple years ago, I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be a Batcopter set that came with it that had Robin in it.
That was the rumor. I feel like we had pictures of it.
I'm pretty sure I saw a picture of it, and they canceled it.
I would have loved the Robin.
If they ever make another classic Batman series set, I hope we get the Robin again.
Yeah.
That was
I think we will.
Spare with a machine gun. Dude, that show was so wild.
We also had the Collector, which has remained a popular figure because it's the only time we've gotten a Collector in minifigure form.
And then Bard the Bowman, which that version of that figure came in like 2 other sets.
Yeah, it ended up not being exclusive.
Yeah.
And then the Unikitty, and then we also had a little micro build. It wasn't they're not really micro builds. They're kind of like micro fighters.
Yeah, but you can't really put figures in there, can you?
Well, like the micro fighters,
the Rocket one you can,
yeah.
Yeah, and these were given away, at least the figures, the same way the ones in 2013 were.
Yeah, and they were for one a day, and again, you had to line up outside, and it was crazy though because it was one a day, so you kind of had to make the choice.
Yeah.
In 2015, they went to only 2 minifigures that were available, so they were given out on 2 days each.
Oh, okay.
So it was easier to get them both.
Yeah.
If you decided one day not to go, and so we actually have both of them from that year. I actually have all of the exclusives from that year. The Sam Wilson Captain America was the first time we had him, and then Arsenal was the other minifigure of that year, and then Ultron's throne was kind of a small box build that had, it ended up not being an exclusive Ultron.
Yeah.
It came in one other set.
Okay.
But at the time it was exclusive, and we have that set. It's interesting because Carter won that set from the Marvel booth itself.
Okay.
And so we didn't buy that exclusive. And then an exclusive set that I have since bought after the fact was the Action Comics cover model of Superman lifting the green car.
Isn't that the first time for the first Superman appearance? Is that comic book cover?
Yeah, that comic book cover.
I hope that would be cool if they would have done a build for Batman's first appearance in Detective Comics number 27.
Yeah,
they made that figure for the DC series, the first appearance Batman.
Yeah,
but not like that, a little build like that.
No, it would have been fun, and I wonder if they would have it eventually gotten to that.
I know.
Because, as we know, the exclusives are no longer happening.
So we'll try to kind of go through the rest of the years
a
little quicker, because the format remained the same until they ended.
This was kind of how they went. You know, they had a few figures a year.
Maybe some little sets.
And some sets. Because then in 2016, again, we only had 2 figures. We had the Atom minifigure giveaway and the Steve Rogers Captain America, and that was one. He had a unique shield. It's a fun figure. It's funny because I keep saying like I'm a DC comic guy, but now like for Lego I'm much more Marvel than DC. Like, I have a lot more Marvel figures and stuff.
They've made more Marvel because of the MCU.
Yeah.
And so hopefully if the DCU can get the same treatment, then we'll have a lot of other DC figures too.
So 17 is interesting because it's also the first year that they did exclusive brickheads.
Yep.
That they sold. In fact, we just got Supergirl and Martian Manhunter in the store. Exclusive brickheads. I love the Spider-Man and Venom brickheads.
That was cool.
I would have loved to have gotten that one. But it's also the year that they did Deadpool Duck. And so they started to get a little more creative as time went on and a little more wacky with their characters. Deadpool Duck is still a favorite. Then I think often forgotten, they also did Vixen that year.
Vixen, yeah.
And then in 2018, they kind of changed up the format of the exclusives. They went to more of the taller box, which is kind of the format they used until the end.
Yeah.
And we got an Aquaman and Atman set that year. And then the two exclusive minifigures were Black Lightning and Sheriff Deadpool.
Sheriff Deadpool is a cool one.
That was another one we had to trade for.
Do you have one?
I did. We sold it in the store.
Oh, you don't have it anymore?
No. But it was a fun one. But yeah, they kind of got into this routine then. And then in 2019, they kind of broke it a little bit in that we had 3 figures because to celebrate the release of the Stranger Things Lego set that year, they did the exclusive Barb, which was given out on a day. And then they also had the Spider-Man,
the PS4 Spider-Man, and the
Zebra Batman.
They also had 3 sets, though, too.
They did. Yeah, they did. They kind of returned to Star Wars. It had been a while since they had done an exclusive Star Wars set, and we didn't talk about all the exclusive sets they did.
Right.
They did some other ones.
They had the Batman and Joker brickheads, too, that's not on this list.
They also had, like, a Millennium Falcon cockpit when the Solo movie came out.
That's true.
So, I mean, it was more the figures that we've been focusing on. But, and these are... But they did return to Star Wars with a Sith Trooper bust.
Yeah. We had that one in the store for a long time.
Yeah, it's a cool set. And then a Captain Marvel and a Dark Knight. Actually, the Dark Knight set's a really sweet little vignette build of
him on the
gargoyle. The gargoyle, which we got a mini version in the poly bag.
Yeah.
But this is like a full...
Yeah, this is the little set build from all of these that I would want. I'm a big Batman guy, so this is the one that I would really want to have if I had anything.
It's a great one. And then came COVID in 2020. The only set that kind of got released that was supposed to be a Comic-Con set was the Nebulon B frigate,
the MIDI scale Nebulon B frigate.
Yeah, which you were able to buy on Amazon, but Amazon screwed up the sale. And people were able to buy unlimited numbers, and it became really...
How many did you get?
1. Like, I don't know what I was thinking. I'm like, I just want 1. Like, I didn't even buy 2 to build 1 and keep 1 in the box.
Yeah, because it was before the store, but yeah, you could have at least had 1 to build and 1 to keep.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I have the 1 still in the box,
but now you don't
want to open it. I really would
love
love to build it, but I don't want to open it.
But the thing is that you're not going to sell it, so it doesn't really matter.
I'll probably build it. I have a lot of things to build, so it's not like...
There it is in the case right there.
It does look nice in the box.
So, the Bespin duel was the exclusive for Star Wars Celebration in 2020.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we've only talked about Comic-Con exclusive. New York Comic-Con had exclusives.
And when you say Comic-Con, you mean San Diego Comic-Con.
San Diego Comic-Con, the original.
Yeah, and then there was Star Wars Celebration that they had exclusive stuff too, but they don't do it anymore.
No,
which
like it's kind of I get like
I know that you've said that like it really did take over a good chunk of your day, and it was kind of mayhem, and so I get that. And like it was a way to get characters and stuff that we would not have gotten otherwise. Like, why else would they have made a Sheriff Deadpool minifigure, or why else would
they would never
Barb from the Upside Down, like, which was smart because she's a really like nothing character, but for some reason she like blew up.
Yeah,
so they capitalized on it at the time and like added into this whole like Barb craze.
Yeah, or like even going back to like when they made the Collector and just like some of these you're never going to get, but here they are. Or like 2013, the Green Arrow. It's the only time we got the TV version of Green Arrow.
Yeah,
I don't know. It is sad that they stopped doing it. As somebody that attends every year, it is so much nicer to attend the show not having to worry about it.
That makes sense, and that's fair. And I feel like you're looking back on it, you're probably like glad for the experiences, and you're glad for the things that you did get. And yeah, like you have your whole day now to do whatever you want.
And it's interesting because Lego did do some exclusive things last year from the booth.
Yeah.
They did. Their whole theme was a Blockbuster, Brickbuster, and their booth was like set up like a Blockbuster store. And they did exclusive torso that you could sign up for every morning for a minifigure build, much like our minifigure builder in the store. They would hand you a torso and you would pick out legs, hair, etc. So it's kind of fun they did that. They also did some exclusive pins last year that you could get.
The best one is Luke and Leia on the indoor speeder.
That one's a fun one. Cool. I like the Captain America one.
The Captain America one is cool too. They did Sonic too, right?
Sonic, and then if you showed your original Blockbuster card,
like from when it still existed,
they had a Brickbuster logo pin.
Did you bring your Blockbuster card?
Oh yeah,
you knew
I knew exactly where it was. Which you've seen like the chaos my house was in 6 months ago, but I still knew exactly where it was.
That's so funny.
It was in a junk drawer. But it was so the era of Comic-Con exclusives has kind of come to an end.
Yeah,
we'll see what the future holds.
We'll see what they do this year. They haven't said yet, right?
No, and they usually don't until like right before it starts to sneak out. Because once they start setting up their booth, people can see what's happening.
Yeah.
And I'll be there Wednesday night for the first night of the show to see what the booth is. If you follow us I'll probably put it on I don't know which Instagram account I'll put it on. I probably won't put it on the store's Instagram account. Follow Brick Clubhouse if you want to see Comic-Con pictures. So,
yeah, I'm excited. I do hope that it works out, that I can go for a little bit, because that'd be super fun.
I'm hoping too. But we do have some other things happening in the store that people might be interested in. If they stuck through this long of discussion about Comic-Con, we have recently received a ton of retired new in box sets. Helm's Deep, and these boxes are pristine.
Dude, they're awesome.
The Helm's Deep set I love that set. And to see it new in box, multiples of them, new in box, are fantastic. Death Star is also new in box in the store right now. Some Lone Ranger sets, a lot of fun things that we haven't had in the store in a while.
Yeah,
the Fire Brigade,
and a couple of them I feel like we've had but used.
Yeah, never
have them sealed is cool.
And this collector that sold his collection to us.
Yeah.
Like his boxes are just pristine.
They're perfect condition.
I don't know like where he kept them. They must have been in a dark closet wrapped in plastic.
It also included the Monster Hunters train and the haunted house.
Yeah, and actually three Monster Hunter sets.
Okay.
I'm blanking on the third one. The one with Dracula and Mrs. Dracula.
And then it also, I don't know if this was in the same buy, but I did see yesterday that there's a sealed firehouse.
That was the same
modular set.
Yeah, dude, the Fire Brigade.
Awesome.
Yeah. Very cool. We actually added some new shelves and stuff to the back of the store.
Back there.
Because we've got so many retired sets. We had to make better display for them.
I remember when Blake put up the slat wall on the adjacent wall, we filled that up like immediately. And then literally like a day later, we're like, well, we still need more shelves.
No, and we filled this up right away as well. Yeah. And so stop by the store if you're interested in seeing some of these sets.
We've talked about the fact that we were going to have them in multiple other episodes, but we also now have all of the Bricklink Designer Program Series 1 sets in the store on the shelf available for purchase.
They are. So if you wanted any of those from Series 1, we have them all.
There's some fun ones.
Available now.
That Mountain Fortress, man.
I love that one.
Beautiful.
I mean, and even the small one, the Snack Shack.
Yeah.
And all of them are great.
My second favorite is the general store, the Western General
Store. That one is
great.
It's so good. The detail in it. Anyway, even if you just want to see these sets that we've been talking about,
they're really fun.
Stop by the store, and we'd be happy to show you and take a look. But I think it might be time to climb down the ladder and leave the clubhouse for the week.
I like how you said that this might have been a shorter episode.
I know. I should have known.
We just went. It's fine. It was fun, though. I had fun. I hope the listeners had fun. I also like how you talk about climbing down the ladder and you just assume that this clubhouse is a treehouse.
It's got to be. I've said it in the past. In my head, yeah. We are in the Lego treehouse.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. You have said that.
So,
but if that's the case, then
that's my headcanon.
There's stairs. It's not a ladder.
Still, headcanon.
No, that'd be super fun. Maybe someday we'll build a treehouse in your backyard and we can record back there.
We can.
That'd be sick. But for now, we're not.
No. I think it's time. Say goodbye, Evan.
Goodbye, Chris.